and from Lisbon, the New World. But the others wait in Casablanca, and wait, and wait, and wait.
To all officers, 2 German couriers carrying important official documents murdered on train from Oran. Murderer and possible accomplices headed for Casablanca. Round up all suspicious characters, search them for stolen document. Important.
I don't think I have them on me.
In that case, we'll have to ask you to come along.
Wait, it's possible that, yes. Here we are.
These papers expired 3 weeks ago. You have to come along.
Halt! Halt!
I don't know, my dear.
Pardon, monsieur, pardon, madame. Have you not heard?
We hear very little, and we understand even less.
2 German couriers were found murdered in the desert, the unoccupied desert. This is the customary roundup of refugees, liberals, and, of course, a beautiful young girl from Monsieur Renaud, the prefect of police. Unfortunately, along with these unhappy refugees, the scum of Europe has gravitated to Casablanca. Some of them have been waiting years for a visa. I beg of you, monsieur, watch yourself. Be on guard. This place is full of vultures everywhere. Everywhere.
Thank you very much.
Not at all. Au revoir, monsieur. Au revoir, madame.
Au revoir. Amusing little fellow. Waiter. Oh, how silly of me.
Oh, dear.
I left my wallet in the hotel.
Oh.
Tomorrow we'll be on the plane.
It is very good to see you again, Major Stasser.
Thank you.
May I present Captain Renaud, Police Protector of Casablanca, Major Stasser.
Unoccupied France welcomes you to Casablanca.
Thank you, Captain. It's very good to be here.
Major Strasser, my aide, Lieutenant Cassel.
Captain Tonelli, the Italian staff is at your
Very
command,
kind
Major.
of you.
Abbiamo grande piacere della sua presenza, signor Maggiore. Il nostro comando è sempre pronto a servirvi.
You may find the climate of Casablanca a trifle warm, Major.
Oh, we Germans must get used to all climates, from Russia to the Sahara. But perhaps you were not referring to the weather.
What else, my dear Major?
Whether with the murder of the couriers, what has been done?
Realizing the importance of the case, my men are rounding up twice the usual number of suspects when it comes to Ricks.
I have already heard about this cafe, and also about Mr. Rick himself.
It had to be you. It had to be you. I've wandered around and finally found somebody who could make me be true, could make me be blue, and even be glad just to be sad, thinking of some others I've seen. I'd never be you. I'd never be cross. I try to be bold, but they wouldn't do. Oh, nobody else gave me a thrill, honey, with all your faults. I love you, still have to be you. Wonderful, you had to be you. Cause my hair is curly. Cause my teeth are pearly.
Waiting. I'll never get out of here. I'll die in Casablanca.
But can't you make it just a little more? Please.
Sorry,
madame, but diamonds are a drug on the market. Everybody sells diamonds. We are diamonds everywhere. 2,400.
All right.
The clocks are ready. The men are waiting.
Ich verstehe das eigentlich gar nicht. Wir sollten eine viel stärkere Hand haben hier in Casablanca.
It's the fishing smack Santiago. It leaves at 1 tomorrow night. Here from Pienta La Medina, third boat.
Thank you, thank you.
And bring 15,000 francs in cash. Remember, in cash.
Say so. Desire.
The здоровье. Big data.
Cheerio.
Open my map door.
Yes, sir, Professor.
Your breath, senor.
C'est pour madame. Là, pour monsieur.
Waiter,
Yes, madame.
will you ask Rick if he'll have a drink with us?
Madame, he never drinks with customers. Never. I have never seen it.
What makes Salon Keeper so snobbish?
Perhaps if you told him I ran the second largest banking house in Amsterdam.
Second largest? That wouldn't impress Rick. The leading banker in Amsterdam is now the pastry chef in our nation.
We have something to look forward to.
And his father is the bellboy. Madame? Monsieur. Monsieur.
Excuse me. I'm sorry, sir. This is a private room.
A fool the nerve. Who do you think? I know there is company in there. There is no secret. You dare not tip me out. If you think I'm going to be kept out of a saloon like this, you're very much mistaken.
Excuse me, please.
Hello, Harvey. Your cash is good at the bar.
What? Do you know who I am?
I do. You're lucky the bar's open to you.
This is outrageous. I shall report it to the Ingrid.
You know, Rick, watching you just now with the Deutsche Bank, one would think you've been doing this all your life.
What makes you think I haven't?
Oh, nothing. But when you first came to Casablanca, I thought
You thought what?
What right do I have to think? May I? Too bad about those two German couriers, wasn't it?
They got a lucky break. Yesterday, they were just two German clerks. They're on it dead.
You're a very cynical person, Rick. If you forgive me for saying so.
I forgive you.
Thank you. Will you have a drink with me, please?
No.
Oh, I forgot you never drink with any... I'll have another, please. Yes, miss. You despise me, don't you?
Hell, if I gave you any thought, I probably would.
But why? Oh, you object to the kind of business I do, huh? But think of all those poor refugees who must rot in this place if I didn't help them. Well, that's not so bad. Through ways of my own, I provide them with exit visas.
For a price, Ugarte. For a price.
But think of all the poor devils who can't meet to a nose price. Oh, I get it for them for half. Is that so parasitic?
I don't mind a parasite. I object to a cut-rate one.
Well, Rick, after tonight, I'll be through with the whole business, and I'm leaving, finally, this Casablanca.
Who's bribe for your visa? Renault or yourself?
Myself. Found myself much more reasonable. Look, Rick. You know what this is? Something that even you have never seen. Letters of transit signed by General Bergman. Cannot be rescinded, not even questioned. One moment. Tonight I'll be selling those for more money than even I have ever dreamed of. And then, adieu, Casablanca. You know, Rick, I have many a friend in Casablanca, but somehow, just because you despise me, you are the only one I trust. Will you keep these for me, please?
For how long?
Oh, perhaps an hour, perhaps a little longer.
I don't want them here overnight.
Don't be afraid of that. Please keep them for me. Thank you. I knew I could trust you. Waiter, I'll be expecting some people. If anybody asks for me, I'll be right here.
Yes, monsieur.
Rick, I hope you're more impressed with me now. If you'll forgive me, I'll share my good luck with your roulette wheel.
Just a moment. Yeah, I heard a rumor those two German couriers were carrying letters of transit.
Oh, I've heard that rumor, too. Poor devil.
Yes, you're right, Ugarte. I am a little more impressed with you.
We got trouble. How much trouble?
Too much trouble.
Well, now, don't you frown. Just knuckle down and knock on wood. Who's unhappy?
We're unhappy.
How unhappy?
Too unhappy.
Uh-oh. That won't do. When you are blue, just knock on wood. Who's unlucky? You're unlucky. How unlucky? You're unlucky. But your luck will change if you arrange to knock on wood. Who's got nothing? We got nothing. How much nothing? Too much nothing. Say nothing's not an awful lot, but knock on wood. Now who's happy? We're happy. Just how happy? Very happy. That's the way we're gonna stay, so knock on wood. Now who's lucky? We're all lucky. Just how lucky? Very lucky. Well, smile up then, and once again, let's knock on wood.
Hello, Rick.
Hello, Ferrari. How's business at the Blue Parrot?
Fine, but I'd like to buy your cafe.
It's not for sale.
Haven't heard my offer.
It's not for sale at any price.
What do you want for Sam?
I don't buy or sell human beings.
Too bad that's Casablanca's leading commodity. Refuse alone, we could make a fortune. You'd work with me through the black market.
Suppose you run your business and let me run mine.
Suppose we ask Sam. Maybe he'd like to make a change.
Suppose we do.
My dear Rick, when will you realize that in this world today, isolationism is no longer a practical policy?
Sam Ferrari wants you to work for him at the Blue Parrot.
Oh, I like it fine here.
He'll double what I pay you.
Yeah, but I ain't got time to spend the money I make here.
Sorry.
Boss's private stock. Because he won, I love you.
Oh, shut up.
All right, all right. For you, I shut up. Because you won, I love you. Oh, Monsieur Rick. Some Germans, boom, gave his check. Is that right?
Where were you last night?
That's so long ago, I don't remember.
Will I see you tonight?
I never make plans that far ahead.
Give me another.
Sasha, she's had enough.
Don't listen to him, Sasha. Fill it up.
One, I love you, but he pays me.
Rick, I'm sick and tired of
Sasha,
taking you.
call a cab.
Yes, boss.
Come on, we're going to get your coat.
Take your hands off me.
You're going home. You've had a little too much to drink.
Hey, taxi.
What do you think you are pushing me around? What a fool I was to fall for a man like you.
So go with us, Sasha, and be sure she gets home.
Yes, boss.
And come right back.
Yes, boss.
Hello, Rick. I think now I shall pay a call on Yvonne. Maybe get on the rebound, huh?
When it comes to women, you're a true Democrat.
Et moi, je vous dis que l'attitude de l'Italie est immonde. Qu'est-ce que vous auriez fait sans l'armée allemande? Et la Grèce. Ce pauvre petit pays Grèce, mon cher.
If he gets a word in, it'll be a major Italian victory. The plane to Lisbon. You would like to be on it?
Why? What's in Lisbon?
The clipper to America. I've often speculated on why you don't return to America. Did you abscond with the church funds? Did you run off with the senator's wife? I like to think that you killed a man. It's the romantic in me.
It's a combination of all three.
And what in heaven's name brought you to Casablanca?
My health. I came to Casablanca for the waters.
The waters? What waters? We're in the desert.
I was misinformed.
Excuse me, Monsieur Rick, but a gentleman inside has won 20,000 francs, and the cashier would like some money.
I'll get it in the safe.
I'm so upset, Monsieur Rick. You know, I
Forget
can't
it, Emile. Things like that happen all the time.
I'm awfully sorry.
Rick, there's going to be some excitement here tonight. We're going to make an arrest in your cafe.
Again?
Oh, this is no ordinary arrest. A murderer, no less. If you're thinking of warning him, don't put yourself out. He cannot possibly escape.
I'd stick my neck out for nobody.
Wise foreign policy.
Oui, la Corse, la Tunisie, Nice. Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait pour les avoir?
You made this arrest earlier in the evening at the Blue Parrot. Grant my high regard for you. We're staging it here. It will amuse your customers.
Our entertainment's enough.
Rick, we'd have an important guest here tonight. Major Strasser, of the Third Reich, no less. We want him to be here when we make the arrest. A little demonstration of the efficiency of my administration.
I see. And what's Strasser doing here? He certainly didn't come all the way to Casablanca to witness a demonstration of your efficiency.
Perhaps not.
Here you are.
It shall not happen again.
That's all right. Louis, you got something on your mind. Why don't you spill it?
How observant you are. As a matter of fact, I wanted to give you a word of advice.
Yeah? Yeah, Brandy?
Thank you. Rick, there are many exit visas sold in this cafe, but we know that you've never sold one. That is the reason we permit you to remain open.
I thought it was because I let you win at roulette.
That is another reason. There is a man arrived in Casablanca on his way to America. He will offer a fortune to anyone who will furnish him with an exit visa.
Well, what's his name?
Victor Laszlo.
Victor Laszlo.
Rick, that is the first time I've ever seen you so impressed.
Well, he succeeded in impressing half the world.
It's my duty to see that he doesn't impress the other half. Rick, Laszlo must never reach America. He stays in Casablanca.
It'll be interesting to see how he manages.
Manages what?
His escape?
Oh, but I just told you.
Stop it. Escaped from concentration camp. The Nazis have been chasing him all over.
Serious offer?
I just paid out 20. I'd like to get it back.
Make it 10. I'm only a poor, corrupt official.
Okay.
Done. No matter how clever he is, he still needs an exit visa. Or I should say 2.
Why 2?
He is traveling with a lady.
Let's take 1.
I think not. I've seen the lady. And if he did not leave her in Marseille or in Iran, he certainly won't leave her in Casablanca.
Well, maybe he's not quite as romantic as you are.
It doesn't matter. There is no exit visa for him.
Really, whatever gave you the impression that I might be interested in helping Laszlo escape?
Because, my dear Ricky, I suspect that under that cynical shell, you're at heart a sentimentalist. Oh, laugh if you will, but I happen to be familiar with your record. Let me point out just 2 items. In 1935, you ran guns to Ethiopia. In 1936, you fought in Spain on the loyalist side.
I got well paid for it on both occasions.
The winning side would have paid you much better.
Maybe. Well, it seems that you're determined to keep Laszlo here.
I have my orders.
Oh, I see. Gestapo spank.
My dear Ricky, you overestimate the influence of the Gestapo. I don't interfere with them, and they don't interfere with me. In Casablanca, I am master of my fate. I am
Major
Captain...
Strasser's here, sir.
He was saying...
Excuse me. Carl, see that Major Strasser gets a good table, one close to the ladies.
I have already given him the best, knowing he's German and will take it anyway.
Take him quietly, 2 guards at every door.
Yes, sir.
Everything is ready, sir.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Good evening, Captain.
Won't you join us?
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here, Major.
Champagne and a tin of caviar.
May I recommend Veuve Clicquot, 20, a good French wine?
Thank you.
Very well, sir.
Very interesting club.
Well, especially so tonight, Major. In a few minutes, you'll see the arrest of the man who murdered your couriers.
I expected no less, Captain.
Monsieur Ugatti.
La partie continue.
Yes,
Will you please come with us?
certainly.
L'incident est clos, madame.
May I first please kiss my chips?
L'incident est clos, madame. La partie continue. Faites vos jeux, messieurs, mesdames. Partons les jeux. La partie continue. Les jeux sont prêts.
Pretty lucky, huh?
Please?
2,000. Thank you.
Faites vos jeux, messieurs, mesdames. La partie continue. Les jeux sont prêts. Partons. La partie continue.
Rick, help me.
You fool, you can't get away.
Rick, hide.
Excellent. When they come to get me, Rick, I hope you'll be more of a help.
I'd stick my neck out for nobody. I'm sorry there was a disturbance, folks, but it's all over now. Everything's all right. Just sit down and have a good time. Enjoy yourselves, all right, Sam?
Okay.
Rick, this is Major Heinrich Strasser of the Third Reich.
How do you do, Mr. Rick?
How do you do?
And you already know Herr Heinz of the Third Reich?
Please join us, Mr. Rick.
We are very honored tonight, Rick. Major Strasser is one of the reasons the Third Reich enjoys the reputation it has today.
You repeat Third Reich as though you expected there to be others.
Well, personally, Major, I will take what comes.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? Unofficially, of course.
Make it official if you like.
What is your nationality?
I'm a drunkard.
And that makes Rick a citizen of the world.
I was born in New York City, if that'll help you any.
I understand that you came from Paris at the time of the occupation.
There seems to be no secret about that.
Are you one of those people who cannot imagine the Germans and their beloved Paris?
Not particularly my beloved Paris.
Can you imagine us in London?
When you get there, ask me.
Oh, diplomatist.
How about New York?
Well, there are certain sections of New York, Major, that I wouldn't advise you to try to invade.
Uh-huh. Who do you think will win the war?
the slightest idea.
Rick is completely neutral about everything, and that takes in the field of women, too.
You are always so careful and neutral. We have a complete dossier on you. Richard Blaine, American, age 37, cannot return to his country. The reason is a little vague. We also know what you did in Paris, Mr. Blaine, and also we know why you left Paris. Don't worry, we are not going to broadcast it.
My eye's really brown.
You will forgive my curiosity, Mr. Blaine. The point is, an enemy of the Reich has come to Casablanca, and we are checking up on anybody who can be of any help to us.
My interest in whether Victor Laszlo stays or goes is purely a sporting one.
In this case, you have no sympathy for the fox, huh?
Not particularly. I understand the point of view of the hound, too.
Victor Laszlo published the foulest lies in the Prague newspapers until the very day we marched in it. Even after that, he continued to print scandal sheets in his cellar.
Of course, one must admit he has great courage.
I admit he is very clever. 3 times he slipped through our fingers. In Paris, he continued his activities. We intend not to let it happen again.
Hey, excuse me, gentlemen. Your business is politics. Mine is running a saloon.
Good evening, Mr.
You see, Major, you have nothing to worry about, Rick.
Perhaps.
Yes, monsieur.
I reserve the table. Victor Laszlo.
Yes, Monsieur Laszlo. Right this way.
Cointreau's, please.
Monsieur.
I saw no one of Bogart's description.
Victor, I feel somehow we shouldn't stay here.
If he would walk out so soon, it would only call attention to us. Perhaps Bogart is in some other part of the cafe.
Excuse me, but you look like a couple who are on their way to America.
Well?
You'll find a market there for this ring. I'm forced to sell it at a great sacrifice.
Thank you, but I hardly think.
Then perhaps, lady, the ring is quite unique.
Oh, yes, I'm very interested. Good. What is your name?
Bergman, Norwegian, and at your service, sir.
Victor?
I'll meet you in a few minutes at the bar. No, I don't think we want to buy the ring, but thank you for showing it to us.
Such a bargain. But that is your decision.
I'm sorry it is.
Monsieur Laszlo, is it not?
Yes?
I'm Captain Renault, Prefect of Police.
Yes, what is it you want?
Merely to welcome you to Casablanca and to wish you a pleasant stay. It isn't often we have so distinguished a visitor.
Thank you. I hope you'll forgive me, Captain. The present French administration hasn't always been so cordial.
May I present Mrs. Zalant? I was informed you were the most beautiful woman ever to visit Casablanca. That was a gross understatement.
You're very kind.
Won't you join us?
If you will permit me. Oh, no, Emile, please, a bottle of your best champagne and put it on my bill.
Very well, sir.
Captain, please.
Oh, please, monsieur, it is a little game we play. They put it on the bill, I tear up the bill. It's very convenient.
Captain, the boy who's playing the piano. Somewhere I've seen him.
Sam?
Yes.
He came from Paris with Rick.
Rick, who's he?
Mademoiselle, you're in Rick's. And Rick is,
Is what?
Well, Mademoiselle, he's the kind of man that... Well, if I were a woman, and I were not around, I should be in love with Rick. But what a fool I am talking to a beautiful woman about another man. Excuse me. Ah, Major. Mademoiselle Lund, Mr. Leslie, may I present Major Heinrich Strasser?
How do you do? This is a pleasure I've long looked forward to.
I'm sure you'll excuse me if I'm not gracious. But you see, Major Strasser, I'm a Czechoslovakian.
You were Czechoslovakian. Now you are subject of the German Reich.
I've never accepted that privilege, and I'm now on French soil.
I should like to discuss some matters arising from your presence on French soil.
This is hardly the time or the place.
Then we shall state another time and another place tomorrow at 10 in the prefect's office. Well, mademoiselle.
Captain Renault, I'm under your authority. Is it your order that we come to your office?
Let us say it is my request. That is a much more pleasant word.
Very well.
Mademoiselle?
Mademoiselle.
Stop me.
Victor, I'm afraid for you.
We've been in difficult places before, haven't we?
Después locura de la pasión. Amame, bésame con amor
Bergen. The ring, could I see it again?
Yes.
Monsieur? A champagne cocktail, please.
I recognize you from the news photographs, Monsieur Lasso.
In the concentration camp, one is apt to lose a little weight.
I read 5 times that you were killed in 5 different places.
As you see, it was true every single time. Thank heaven I found you, Bergen. I'm looking for a man by the name of Bogart. He's supposed to help me.
Bogart cannot even help himself, Monsieur. He's under arrest for murder. He was arrested here tonight.
I see.
But we who are still free will do all we can. They're organized, Monsieur, underground like everywhere else. Tomorrow night there's a meeting at the Cavern du Roi. If you will come...
Is the Lord. Will you ask the piano player to come over here, please?
Very well, mademoiselle.
How's the jewelry business, Berger?
Not so good. May I have my check, please?
Too bad you weren't here earlier, Monsieur Laszlo. We had quite a bit of excitement this evening, didn't we, Berger?
Yes. Excuse me, John.
My bill. No. 2 champagne cocktails, please.
Yes.
Hello, Sam.
Hello, Miss Elsa. I never expect to see you again.
It's been a long time.
Yes, ma'am. A lot of water under the bridge.
Some of the old songs, Sam.
Yes, ma'am.
Where is Rick?
I don't know. I ain't seen him all night.
When will he be back?
Not tonight no more. He ain't coming. He went home.
Does he always leave so early?
Oh, he never. Well, he's got a girl up to the Blue Palace.
Better liar, Sam.
Leave him alone, Miss Elsa. You bad luck to him.
Play it once, Sam. For all time's sake.
I don't know what you mean, Miss Elsa.
Play it, Sam. Play as time goes by.
Oh, I can't remember it, Miss Elsa. I'm a little rusty on it.
I'll hum it for you. Sing it, Sam.
You must.
When the Germans march out, I'll wear it again.
Ricky, you're becoming quite human. I suppose we have to thank you for that, mademoiselle.
Yes, I don't wish to be the one to say it, but it's late.
So it is. And we have a curfew here in Casablanca. It would never do for the chief of police to be found drinking after hours and have to fine himself.
I hope you never say are welcome. Not at all.
Your check, sir.
Oh, it's my party.
Another president gone. This has been a very interesting evening.
Anytime.
Say goodnight to Sam for me.
I will.
There's still nobody in the world who can play as time goes by like Sam.
He hasn't played it in a long time.
Good night.
Good night.
Night.
Very puzzling fellow, this Rick. What sort is he?
Oh, I really can't say, though. I saw him quite often in Paris.
Tomorrow at 10 at the prefect's office. We'll be there.
Good night.
Good night.
Boss? Boss?
Yeah.
Boss, ain't you going to bed?
Not right now.
Ain't you planning on going to bed in the near future?
No.
You ever going to bed?
No.
Ain't sleepy either.
Good. I'll have a drink.
No, not me, boss.
Don't have a drink.
Boss, let's get out of here.
No, sir. I'm waiting for a lady.
Please, boss, let's go. Ain't nothing but trouble for you here.
Coming back? I know she's coming back.
We'll take the car and drive all night. We'll get drunk. We'll go fishing and stay away until she's
Shut
gone.
up and go home, will you?
No, sir. I'm staying right here.
I grab Bogart, then she walks in. Well, that's the way it goes. One in, one out. Sam,
Yes, boss.
it's December 1941 in Casablanca. What time is it in New York?
My watch stopped.
I bet they're asleep in New York. I bet they're asleep all over America. Of all the gin joints in all the towns in all the world, she walks into mine. What's that you're playing?
Oh, just a little something on my own.
Oh, stop it. You know what I want to hear.
No, don't.
You played it for her, you play it for me.
Well, I don't think I can remember.
If she can stand it, I can. Play it.
Yes, boss.
Really, and what were you before? What did you do, and what did you think?
Why there is no other man in my life?
Uh-huh.
That's easy. There was. He's dead.
I'm sorry for asking. I forgot we said no questions.
Only one answer can take care of all our questions.
Allemagne. Français, Parisiens. Les troupes françaises ont abandonné leur position. Les Allemands seront demain dans la capitale.
Nothing can stop them now. Wednesday, Thursday at the latest, they'll be in Paris.
Richard, they'll find out your record. It won't be safe for you here.
I'm on that blacklist already. Their roll of honor.
Moonlight and love song, never out of date. Hearts full of passion, jealousy and hate. Woman needs man, and man must have his mate that no one can deny. It's still the same old story, a fight for love and glory, a case of do or die. The world will always welcome lovers as time goes by.
Henri wants us to finish this bottle and then 3 more. Says he'll water his garden with champagne before he'll let the Germans drink it.
This sort of takes the sting out of being occupied, doesn't it, Mr. Richard?
You said it. He's looking at you, kid.
Franzosen, Einwohner von Paris. Franzosen, Einwohner von Paris. Hört aufmerksam zu. Die deutschen Truppen stehen vor den Toren von Paris. Eure Hauptstadt ist ohne jegliche Verteidigung. Euer Heer ist in Auflösung begriffen. Seid unbesorgt. Wir werden Ruhe und Ordnung wiederherstellen.
The German's a little rusty.
It's the Gestapo. They say they expect to be in Paris tomorrow. They're telling us how to act when they come marching in. With the whole world crumbling, we pick this time to fall in love.
Yeah, it's pretty bad timing. Where were you, say, 10 years ago?
10 years ago. Let's see. Yes, I was having a brace put on my teeth. Where were you?
Looking for a job.
Was that cannon fire? Or is it my heart pounding?
It's the new German 77, and judging for the sound, only about 35 miles away. I'm getting closer every minute. Here, drink up. We'll never finish the other 3.
Germans will be here pretty soon now, and they'll come looking for you. And don't forget there's a price on your head.
I left a note in my apartment. They'll know
about you.
I know very little about you. Just the fact that you had your teeth straightened.
But be serious, darling. You are in danger, and you must leave Paris.
No. We must leave.
Yes, of course we.
The train for Marseille leaves at 5 o'clock. I'll pick you up at your hotel at 4:30.
No, not at my hotel. I have things to do in the city before I leave. I'll meet you at the station.
All right, at 4:45. Say, why don't we get married in Marseille?
That's too far ahead to plan.
Yes, I guess it is a little too far ahead. Well, let's see. What about the engineer? Why can't he marry on the train?
Darling.
Well, why not? The captain on the ship can. It doesn't seem fair that... Hey, what's wrong, kid?
he's much too smart to let you find them there.
You give him credit for too much cleverness. My impression was that he's...
To Berlin in 1918.
As to Laszlo, we want him watched 24 hours a day.
It may interest you to know that at this very moment he's on his way here.
Well,
There's nothing we can do.
I'm delighted to see you both. Did you have a good night's rest? I slept very well. That's strange. Nobody is supposed to sleep well in Casablanca. Maybe proceed to the business. With pleasure. Won't you sit down? Thank you.
Very well, Laszlo, we will not mince words. You're an escaped prisoner of the Reich. So far you have been fortunate enough in eluding us. You have reached Casablanca. It is my duty to see that you stay in Casablanca.
Whether or not you will succeed is, of course, problematic.
Not at all. Captain Renault's signature is necessary on every exit visa. Captain, would you think it is possible that Laszlo will receive a visa?
I'm afraid not. My regret, monsieur. Well, perhaps I shall like it in Casablanca.
And mademoiselle?
You needn't be concerned about me.
Is it all you wish to tell us?
Don't be in such a hurry. You have all the time in the world. You may be in Casablanca indefinitely. Or you may leave for Lisbon tomorrow on one condition.
And that is?
You know the leader of the underground movement in Paris, in Prague, in Brussels, in Amsterdam, in Oslo, in Belgrade, in Athens.
Even Berlin?
Yes, even in Berlin. If you will furnish me with their names and their exact whereabouts, you will have your visa in the morning.
And the honor of having served the Third Reich. I was in a German concentration camp for a year. That's honor enough for a lifetime.
You will give us the names?
If I didn't give them to you in a concentration camp, where you had more persuasive methods at your disposal, I certainly won't give them to you now. And what if you track down these men and kill them? What if you murdered all of us? From every corner of Europe, hundreds, thousands would rise to take our places. Even Nazis could kill that fast.
Well, Laszlo, you have a reputation for eloquence which I can now understand. But in one respect, you are mistaken. You said the enemies of the Reich could all be replaced. But there's one exception. No one could take your place in the event anything unfortunate should occur to you while you were trying to escape.
You won't dare to interfere with me here. This is still unoccupied France. Any violation of neutrality would reflect on Captain Renault. Monsieur, insofar as it is in my power. Thank you. By the way, monsieur, last night you evinced an interest in Signor Ugarte. Yes? I believe you have a message for him. Nothing important, but may I speak to him now?
You would find the conversation a trifle one-sided. Signor Ugarte is dead.
I'm making out the report now. We haven't quite decided whether he committed suicide or died trying to escape. Are you quite finished with us?
For the time being.
Good day. Undoubtedly, their next... Show her in.
Yes.
Sorry, monsieur. You were there with the handle of the police. This is a job for Signor Ferrari.
Ferrari?
It can be most helpful to know Signor Ferrari. He pretty has a monopoly on the black market here. You will find him over there at the Blue Parrot.
Thanks.
Don't be too downhearted.
Perhaps you can come to terms with Captain Renault. Thank you very much, Signor.
Hello, Ferrari.
Good morning, Rick.
I see the bus is in. I'll take my shipment with me.
No hurry, I'll have it sent over. Have a drink with me.
I'll have a drink in the morning, and every time you send my shipment over, it's always just a little bit short.
Carrying charges, my boy, carrying. Here, sit down. There's something I want to talk over with you anyhow. The bourbon. The news about Ugarte upsets me very much.
You're a fat hypocrite. You don't feel any sorrier for Ugarte than I do.
Of course not. What upsets me is the fact that Ugarte is dead. No one knows where those letters of transit are.
Practically no one.
If I could lay my hands on those letters, I could make a fortune.
So could I, and I'm a poor businessman.
I have a proposition for whoever has those letters. I'll handle the entire transaction. Get rid of the letters, take all the risk for a small percentage.
Under carrying charges?
Naturally, there'll be a few incidental expenses. That's the proposition I have for whoever has those letters.
I'll tell him when he comes in.
Rick, I put my cards on the table. I think you know where those letters are.
You're in good company. Renault and Strasser probably think so, too. That's why I came over here, to give them a chance to ransack my place.
Rick, don't be a fool. Take me into your confidence. You need a partner.
Excuse me, I'll be getting back.
Morning.
Senor Ferrari's the fat gent at the table.
You will not find a treasure like this in all Morocco, mademoiselle. Only 700 francs.
You're being cheated.
Doesn't matter, thank you.
Ah, the lady's a friend of Rick's. For friends of Rick's, we have a small discount. Did I say 700 francs? You can have it for 200.
I'm sorry I was in no condition to receive you when you called on me last night.
Doesn't matter.
For special friends of Rick's, we have a special discount. 100 francs.
The story has a little confused. Maybe it was the bourbon.
I have some tablecloths, some napkins.
Thank you. I'm really not in.
Please, 1 minute, please.
Why did you come back? To tell me why you ran out on me at the railway station?
Yes.
Well, you can tell me now. I'm reasonably sober.
I don't think I will, Rick.
Why not? After all, I got stuck with a railway ticket. I think I'm entitled to know.
Last night I saw what has happened to you. The Rick I knew in Paris, I could tell him he'd understand. But the one who looked at me with such hatred. I'll be leaving love in Paris. If we leave it that way, maybe we'll remember those days, not Casablanca. Not last night.
Did you run out on me because you couldn't take it, because you knew what it would be like? Hiding from the police, running away all the time?
You can believe that if you want to.
Well, I'm not running away anymore. I'm settled now. Above a saloon, it's true, but to walk up a flight, I'll be expecting you. All the same, someday you'll lie to Laszlo. You'll be there.
No, Rick. No, you see, Victor Laszlo is my husband. And was, even when I knew you in Paris.
I was just telling Monsieur Laszlo that unfortunately I'm not able to help him.
Oh. You see, my dear, the word has gone around.
As leader of all illegal activities in Casablanca, I'm an influential and respected man. It would not be worth my life to do anything for Monsieur Laszlo. You, however, are a different matter.
Signor Ferrari thinks it might just be possible to get the next visa for you.
You mean for me to go on alone?
And only alone.
I'll stay here and keep on trying. I'm sure in a little while.
Might as well be frank, monsieur. It would take a miracle to get you out of Casablanca, and the Germans have outlawed miracles.
We are only interested in 2 visas, senor.
Please, Elsa, don't be hasty.
No, Victor, no.
You two will want to discuss this. Excuse me. I'll be at the bar.
Elsa, I won't let you stay here. You must get to America. Believe me, somehow I'll get out and join you.
But, Victor, if the situation were different, if I had to stay and there were only visa for one, would you take it?
Yes, I would.
Yes, I see. When I had trouble getting out of Lille, why didn't you leave me there? And when I was sick in Marseille and held you up for 2 weeks and you were in danger every minute of the time, why didn't you leave me then?
I meant to, but something always held me up. I love you very much, Elsa.
Your secret will be safe with me. Ferrari's waiting for us.
Not more than 50 francs, though.
We've decided, Senor Ferrari. For the present, we'll go on looking for 2 exit visas. Thank you very much.
Well, good luck, but be careful. You know that you're being shadowed?
Of course, it becomes an instinct.
I observe that you, in one respect, are a very fortunate man, monsieur. I move to make one more suggestion, why I do not know, because it cannot possibly profit me. Have you heard about Signor Gatti and the letters of transit?
Yes, something.
Those letters were not found on Ugarte when they arrested him.
You know where they are?
Not for sure, monsieur. But I'll venture to guess that Ugarte left those letters with Monsieur Rick.
Rick?
He's a difficult customer, that Rick. One never knows what he'll do or why, but it is worth a chance.
Thank you very much. Good day.
To share it with me. Good day, ma'am. Monsieur?
Good day.
Good luck. I better be going.
My check.
I have to warn you, sir. I beseech you. This is a dangerous place full of vultures. Vultures everywhere. Thanks for everything.
Good luck.
Goodbye, sir. Has been a pleasure to meet you. I'm sorry.
Monsieur Rick, you are getting to be your best customer.
Well, drinking. I'm very pleased with you. Now you're beginning to live like a Frenchman.
There's some going over. Your man gave my place this afternoon. We just barely got cleaned up in time to open.
Well, I told Strasser he wouldn't find the letters here, but I told my men to be especially destructive. You know how that impresses Germans? Rick, have you got those letters of transit?
No, you pro Vichy or free French.
Serves me right for asking a direct question. The subject is closed.
Looks
like you're a little late.
Huh?
So Yvonne's gone over to the enemy.
Who knows? In her own way, she may constitute an entire second front. Well, I think it's time for me to flatter Major Strasser a little. I'll see you later, Rick.
Sasha!
Range 75.
We'll have the whole row, Sasha. Starting here and ending here.
We will begin with 2.
Écoutez, vous êtes pas française, vous, d'aller avec les poches comme ça?
Quoi vous mêlez-vous?
Je me mêle pas, je suis français, moi,
C'est pas de français.
No. 1 minute. What did you say? Would you kindly repeat it?
What I said is none of your business.
I will make it my business.
Arrêtez, je vous en prie. Je vous en prie, arrêtez.
I don't like disturbances in my place. Either lay off politics or get out.
You see, Captain? The situation is not as much under control as you believe.
My dear Major, we are trying to cooperate with your government, but we cannot regulate the feelings of our people.
Captain, are you entirely certain which side you're on?
I have no conviction, if that's what you mean. I blow with the wind, and the prevailing wind happens to be from Vichy.
And if it should change?
Well, surely the right doesn't admit that possibility.
We are concerned about more than Casablanca. We know that every French province in Africa is honeycombed with traitors, waiting for their chance, waiting perhaps for a leader.
A leader? Like Laszlo?
Mm-hmm. I have been thinking. It is too dangerous if you let him go. It may be too dangerous if you let him stay.
I see what you mean.
Ich bin schon hier, Herr Leuchtag. Ich habe dir den feinsten Cognac gebracht. Trinken nur die Angestellten.
Thank you, Carl.
Für Frau Leuchtag
Thank you, Carl.
und für Herrn Leuchtag.
Carl, sit down. Have a brandy with us.
Just brought the good brandy. And a third glass.
At last the days came.
Well, Reichstag and I are speaking nothing but English now.
So we should feel at home when we get to America.
A very nice idea.
To America.
To America.
To America.
Liebchen, the sweetness out. What much?
10 watts. Such much?
You will get along beautifully in America.
How's Lady Luck treating you? Oh, too bad. We'll find him over there.
Monsieur Rick,
Yes?
could I speak to you for just a moment, please?
How'd you get in here? You're underage.
I came with Captain Reno.
I should have known.
My husband is with me, too.
He is. Well, Captain Reno's getting broad-minded. Sit down. Do you have a drink? No, of course not. Do you mind if I do?
Monsieur Rick, what kind of a man is Captain Reno?
Oh, he's just like any other man, only more so.
No, I mean, is he trustworthy? Is his word?
Oh, just a minute. Who told you to ask me that?
He did. Captain Reno did.
I thought so. Where's your husband?
At the roulette table, trying to win enough for our exit visas. Oh, of course, he's losing.
How long have you been married?
8 weeks. We come from Bulgaria. Oh, things are very bad there, monsieur. The devil has the people by the throat. So, Jan and I, we did not want our children to grow up in such a country.
And so you decided to go to America?
Yes, but we have not much money, and traveling is so expensive and difficult. It was much more than we thought to get here. And then Captain Renault sees us, and he is so kind. He wants to help us.
Yes, I'll bet.
He tells me he can give us an exit visa, but we have no money.
Does he know that?
Oh, yes.
And he's still willing to give you a visa?
Yes, monsieur.
And you want to know?
Will he keep his word?
He always has.
Oh. Monsieur, you are a man. If someone loved you very much, so that your happiness was the only thing that she wanted in the world, and she did a bad thing to make certain of it, could you forgive her?
Nobody ever loved me that much.
And he never knew. And the girl kept this bad thing locked in her heart. That would be all right, wouldn't it?
You want my advice?
Oh, yes, please.
Go back to Bulgaria.
Oh, but if you knew what it means to us to leave Europe, to get to America. Oh, but if Jan should find out. He is such a boy. In many ways, I am so much older than he is.
Yes, well, everybody in Casablanca has problems. Yours may work out. You'll excuse me.
Thank you, monsieur.
Good evening. You see, here we are again. I take that as a great compliment to Sam. I suppose he means to you Paris of, well, happier days.
He does. Could we have a table close to him?
As far away from Major Strasser as possible. Well, the geography may be a little difficult to arrange. Paul, table 30.
Yes, sir. Right this way, if you please.
I'll have Sam play as time goes by. I believe that's your favorite tune.
Thank you.
Two cognac, please. Yeah.
Marquons les jeux, mesdames et messieurs, les jeux sont faits, la partie continue. Mesdames et messieurs, marquons les jeux. Les jeux sont faits, marquons les jeux. Les jeux sont faits. Le 8 en plein. Allez, chaud. On paye en plein le 8. Do you wish to place another bet?
No, I guess not.
We tried 22 tonight. I said 22.
Marquons les jeux, mesdames et messieurs. Les jeux sont faits, la partie continue. Marquons les jeux. Fini. 22. Noir, pair et passe. 22.
Leave it there.
Marquons les jeux, mesdames et messieurs. Les jeux sont faits. Marquons les jeux, la partie continue. Marquons les jeux sont faits. Rien ne va plus. 22, noir, pair et passe.
Cash it in and don't come back.
Rien ne va plus, monsieur. Fini.
Are you sure this place is honest?
Honest? As honest as the day's long.
Rien ne va plus.
How are we doing tonight?
Well, a couple of thousand less than I thought there would be. Rien ne va plus. 34 rouges, pair et passe.
Monsieur Rick.
Marquons les jeux, mesdames et messieurs. Les jeux sont
Just a lucky guy.
partie continue. Mesdames et messieurs, marquons les jeux. Les jeux sont faits.
May I get you a cup of coffee?
No thanks, Carl.
Monsieur Rick.
Rien ne va plus. Rien ne va plus, madame. Rien ne va plus, madame.
Captain Renault, may I? Oh, not here, please. Come to my office in the morning. We'll do everything businesslike.
We'll be there at 6.
I'll be there at 10. I'm very happy for both of you. Still, it's very strange that you won. Well, maybe not so strange. I'll see you in the morning.
Thank you so much, Captain Reno.
Ross, you've done a beautiful thing.
Well, you crazy word.
Little romances.
Put it down as a gesture to love.
Well, I'll forgive you this time. But I'll be in tomorrow night with a breathtaking blonde. And it'll make me very happy if she loses.
Mr. Blaine, I wonder if I could talk to you. Go ahead. Well, isn't there some other place? It's rather confidential what I have to say. My office, right?
You must know it's very important I get off Casablanca. It's my privilege to be one of the leaders of a great movement. You know what I've been doing. You know what it means to the work, to the lives of thousands and thousands of people. I'll be free to reach America and continue my work.
I'm not interested in politics. The problems of the world are not in my department. I'm a saloon keeper.
My friends in the underground tell me that you've quite a record. You ran guns to Ethiopia. You fought against the fascists in Spain.
What of it?
Isn't it strange that you always happen to be fighting on the side of the underdog?
Yes, I found that a very expensive hobby, too, but then I never was much of a businessman.
Are you enough of a businessman to appreciate an offer of 100,000 francs?
I appreciate it, but I don't accept it.
I'll raise it to 200,000.
My friend, you could make it 1,000,000 francs or 3. My answer would still be the same.
There must be some reason why you won't let me have them.
There is. I suggest that you ask your wife.
I beg your pardon?
I said, ask your wife.
My wife?
Yes.
close presence in a cafe can inspire this unfortunate demonstration, but more will its presence in Casablanca bring on. I advise that this place be shut up at once.
But everybody's having such a good time.
Yes, much too good a time. The place is to be closed.
But I've no excuse to close it.
Find one.
Santé, monsieur.
Santé.
Everybody's to leave here immediately. This cafe is closed until further notice. Clear the room at once.
How can you close me up? On what ground?
I'm shocked to find that gambling is going on in here.
You're winning, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Everybody out at once.
Mademoiselle, after this disturbance, it's not safe for Lazlo to stay in Casablanca.
This morning you implied it was not safe for him to leave Casablanca.
That is also true, except for one destination, to return to occupied France.
Occupied France?
Under safe conduct from me.
What value is that? You may recall what German guarantees have been worth in the past.
There are only two other alternatives for him.
What are they?
It is possible the French authorities will find a reason to put him in the concentration camp here.
And the other alternative?
My dear mademoiselle, perhaps you have already observed that in Casablanca, human life is cheap. Good night, mademoiselle.
Garçon,
what happened with Rick?
We'll discuss it later.
Faithful friend is still there.
Victor, please don't go to the underground meeting tonight.
I must. Besides, it isn't often that a man has the chance to display heroics before his wife.
Don't joke. After Major Strasser's warning tonight, I'm frightened.
Tell you the truth, I'm frightened too. Shall I remain here in our hotel room hiding? Or shall I carry on the best I can?
Whatever I'd say, you would carry on. Victor, why don't you tell me about Rick? What did you find out?
Apparently he has the letters.
Yes?
But no intention of selling them. One would think if sentiment wouldn't persuade him, money would.
Did he give any reason?
He suggested I ask you.
Ask me?
Yes, he said, ask your wife. I don't know why he said that. And our friend outside will think we've retired. Ilsa,
Yes.
When I was in a concentration camp, were you lonely in Paris?
Yes, Victor, I was.
I know how it is to be lonely. Is there anything you wish to tell me?
No, Victor, there isn't.
I love you very much, my dear.
Yes. Yes, I know. Victor, whatever I do, will you believe that
You don't even have to say it. I'll believe. Good night, dear.
Good night. Victor.
Yes, dear.
Be careful.
Of course, I'll be careful.
In pretty good shape, Eric.
How long can I afford to stay closed?
2 weeks, maybe 3.
Maybe I won't have to. A bribe has worked before. In the meantime, everybody stays on salary.
Thank you, Eric. Sasha will be happy to hear it. I owe him money.
Hey, you finish locking up, will you, Carl?
I will. Then I am going to the meeting.
Now, don't tell me where you're going.
I won't.
Good night.
Good night, Mr. Rick.
How did you get in?
Stairs from the street.
I told you this morning you'd come around, but this is a little ahead of schedule. Well, won't you sit down?
Richard, I had to see you.
There's Richard again. We're back in Paris.
Please.
Your unexpected visit isn't connected by any chance with the letters of transit. It seems as long as I have those letters, I'll never be lonely.
You can ask any price you want, but you must give me those letters.
I went all through that with your husband. It's no deal.
But I know...
Great man your husband is. What an important cause he's fighting for.
It was you. It wasn't long after we were married that Victor went back to Czechoslovakia. They needed him in Prague, sent to concentration camp. I was frantic. For months I tried to get word. Then it came. He was dead, shot, trying to escape. I was lonely. I had nothing, not even hope. Then I met you.
Why weren't you honest with me? Why did you keep your marriage a secret?
It wasn't my secret, Richard. Victor wanted it that way. Not even our closest friends knew about our marriage. That was his way of protecting me. I knew so much about his work, and if the Gestapo found out I was his wife, it would be dangerous for me and for those working with us.
And when did you first find out he was alive?
Just before you and I were to leave Paris together, a friend came and told me that Victor was alive. They were hiding him in a freight car on the outskirts of Paris. He was sick. He needed me. I wanted to tell you, but I didn't dare. I knew you wouldn't have left Paris and the Gestapo would have caught you, so Well, you know the rest.
It's still a story without an ending. What about now?
Now? I don't know. I know that I'll never have the strength to leave you again.
And Laszlo?
You'll help him now, Richard, won't you? You'll see that he gets out. Then he'll have his work, all that he's been living for.
All except one. He won't have you.
I can't fight it anymore. I ran away from you once. I can't do it again. I don't know what's right any longer. You have to think for both of us.
wish I didn't love you so much.
I think we lost them.
Yes. I'm trying to call some of the others.
Come inside. Come, Mr. Laszlo. I will help you immediately. I will give you some water.
Carl, what happened?
The police break up our meeting, Eric. We escaped in the last moment.
Come up here a minute.
Yes, I come.
I want you to turn out the light in the rear entrance. It might attract the police.
But Sasha always puts out the...
I want you to take Miss Land home.
Yes, sir.
It's nothing, just a little cut. We had to get through a window. Oh, this might come in handy. Thank you. Had a close one, eh? Yes, rather. Don't you sometimes wonder if it's worth all this? I mean, what you're fighting for. We might as well question why we breathe. If we stop breathing, we'll die. If we stop fighting our enemies, the world will die. And what of it? It'll be out of its misery. You know how you sound, brain? Like a man who's trying to convince himself of something he doesn't believe in his heart. Each of us has a destiny, for good or for evil. I get the point. I wonder if you do. I wonder if you know that you're trying to escape from yourself, and that you'll never succeed. You seem to know all about my destiny. I know a good deal more about you than you suspect. I know, for instance, that you're in love with a woman. It's perhaps a strange circumstance. We both should be in love with the same woman. The first evening I came into this cafe, I knew there was something between you and Ilsa. Since no one is to blame, I demand no explanation. I ask only one thing. You won't give me the letters of transit. All right. But I want my wife to be safe. I ask you as a favor to use the letters to take her away from Casablanca. You love her that much? Apparently you think of me only as a leader of a cause. Well, I'm also a human being. Yes, I love her that much.
Monsieur Laszlo?
Yes?
You'll come with us. We have a warrant for your arrest.
On what charge?
Captain Renault will discuss that with you later.
It seems that destiny has taken a hand. But you haven't any actual proof, and you know it. This isn't Germany or occupied France. All you can do is find him a few thousand francs and give him 30 days. You might as well let him go now.
Ricky, I'd advise you not to be too interested in what happens to Laszlo. If by any chance you were to help him to escape...
What makes you think I'd stick my neck out for Laszlo?
Because, one, you bet 10,000 francs he'd escape. Two, you got the letters of transit. Now, don't bother to deny it. And, well, you might do it simply because you don't like Strasser's looks. As a matter of fact, I don't like him either.
Well, they're all excellent reasons.
Don't count too much on my friendship, Ricky. In this matter, I'm powerless. Besides, I might lose the 10,000 francs.
You're not very subtle, but you are effective. I get the point. Yes, I have the letters. I intend using them myself. I'm leaving Casablanca on tonight's plane. The Ilsa Lund. That ought to put your mind to rest about my helping Laszlo escape. The last man I want to see in America.
You didn't come here to tell me this. You have the letters of transit. You can fill in your name and hers and leave any time you please. Why are you still interested in what happens to Laszlo?
I'm not, but I am interested in what happens to Ilsa and me. We have a legal right to go, that's true, but people have been held in Casablanca in spite of their legal rights.
What makes you think we want to hold you?
Ilsa's Laszlo's wife. She probably knows things that Strasser would like to know. Louis, I'll make a deal with you. If instead of this petty charge you have against him, you could get something really big, something that would chuck him in a concentration camp for years. Be quite a feather in your cap, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. Germany, Vichy would be very grateful.
Then release him. You'll be at my place a half an hour before the plane leaves. I'll arrange to have Laszlo come there, pick up the letters of transit, and that'll give you the criminal grounds on which to make the arrest. You get him, and we get away. To the Germans, that last will be just a minor annoyance.
There's still something about this business I don't quite understand. Miss Lund, she's very beautiful, yes. But you were never interested in any woman.
She isn't just any woman.
I see. How do I know you'll keep your end of the bargain?
I'll make the arrangements right now with Laszlo in the visitor's pen.
Ricky, I'm going to miss you. Apparently, you're the only one in Casablanca who has even less scruples than I.
Thanks.
Go ahead, Ricky.
And by the way, call off your watchdogs when you let them go. I don't want them around this afternoon. I'm taking no chances, Louis, not even with you.
Shall we draw up papers, or is a handshake good enough?
Certainly not good enough, but since I'm in a hurry, it'll have to do.
To get out of Casablanca and go to America. You're a lucky man.
Oh, by the way, my agreement with Sam has always been that he gets 25% of the profits. That still goes.
I happen to know he gets 10%, but he's worth 25.
And Abdul, Carl, and Sasha, they stay with the place where I don't sell.
Of course they stay. Ricks would be Ricks without them.
Well, so long. And don't forget you owe Rick's a 100 carton of American cigarettes.
I shall remember to pay it to myself.
Just as Laszlo was about to leave the hotel, so I knew I'd be on time.
I thought I asked you to tie up your watchdog.
Oh, he won't be followed here. You know, this place will never be the same without you, Ricky.
Yes, I know what you mean, but I've already spoken to Ferrari. You'll still win roulette.
Is everything ready?
Have the letters right here.
Tell me, when we searched the place, where were they?
You better wait in my office. Here.
Richard, Victor thinks I'm leaving with him. Haven't you told him?
No, not yet.
But it's all right, isn't it? You were able to arrange everything.
Everything is quite all right.
Oh, Rick.
We'll tell him at the airport. The less time to think, the easier for all of us. Please trust me.
I will.
Mr. Blaine, I don't know how to thank you. I'll save it. We've still lots of things to do.
I brought the money, Monsieur Blaine.
Keep it. You'll need it in America. But we made a deal. I'll never mind that. You won't have any trouble in Lisbon, will you?
No, it's all arranged.
Good. I've got the letters right here, all made out in blank. All you have to do is fill in the signatures.
Victor Laszlo? Victor Laszlo, you're under arrest. On a charge of accessory to the murder of the couriers from whom these letters were stolen. Oh, you're surprised about my friend Ricky. The explanation is quite simple. Love, it seems, has triumphed over virtue. Thank you.
Not so fast, Louis. Nobody's going to be arrested, not for a while yet.
You've taken leave of your senses.
I have. Sit down over there.
Put that gun down.
Louis, I wouldn't like to shoot you, but I will if you take one more step.
Under the circumstances, I will sit down.
Keep your hands on the table.
I suppose you know what you're doing, but I wonder if you realize what this means.
I do. We've got plenty of time to discuss that later.
Call off your watchdogs, you said.
Just the same. You call the airport and let me hear you tell them. And remember, this gun is pointed right at your heart.
That is my least vulnerable spot. Hello? Is that the airport? Ah. This is Captain Reynolds speaking. There'll be 2 letters of transit for the Lisbon plane. There's to be no trouble about them. Good. Hello? Hello?
My car, quickly.
Where, Major?
This is Major Stassia. Have a squad of police meet me at the airport at once. At once, do you hear?
Hello? Hello? Radio tower. Lisbon plane taking off in 10 minutes. East runway. Visibility 1.5 miles. Light ground fog. Depth of fog approximately 500. Ceiling unlimited. Thank you.
Louis, have your man go with Mr. Laszlo and take care of his luggage.
Certainly, Rick. Anything you say. Find Mr. Laszlo's luggage and put it on the plane.
Yes, sir. This way.
If you don't mind, you fill in the names. That'll make it even more efficient.
Why my name, Richard?
Because you're getting on that plane.
I don't understand. What about you?
I'm staying here with him till the plane gets safely away.
No, Richard. No, what has happened to you last night?
Last night we said a great many things.
You said I was to do the thinking for both of us. Well, I've done a lot of it since then. It all adds up to one thing. You're getting on that plane with Victor where you belong.
But Richard, no,
Now, you've got to listen to me. You have any idea what you'd have to look forward to if you stayed here? 9 chances out of 10, we'd both wind up at a concentration camp. Isn't that true, Louis?
I'm afraid Major Strasser would insist.
You're saying this only to make me go.
I'm saying it because it's true. Inside of us, we both know you belong with Victor. You're part of his work.
Yes, I'm ready. Firing. God bless you.
Gotta hurry. You'll miss that plane.
Well, I was right. You are a sentimentalist.
Stay where you are. I don't know what you're talking about.
I just did for Laszlo. That fairy tale you invented to send Ilsa away with him. I know a little about women, my friend. She went, but she knew you were lying.
Anyway, thanks for helping me out.
I suppose you know this isn't going to be very pleasant for either of us, especially for you. I'll have to arrest you, of course.
As soon as the plane goes, Louis.
What was the meaning of that phone call? Victor Laszlo is on that